Well, hello there, it's the 23rd of April 2020 and here you are with Dan. So I've been quite busy and what I've done is taken up the seed potatoes that I had growing here and I put them in containers. So varieties King Edward and Desiree, these are main crop potatoes, and the reason why I chose to take them up is because I want to use this space for other things. And in my experience, I've found that when you grow potatoes in containers, they tend to take up less space than if they're in the ground. And of course, you can move the pot accordingly if you want to use that space for something else. So very, very flexible. You water them and you can have your feed in there as well. And yeah, just a great way to utilize the containers. So let's have a look at what I've been up to. So you can see the bed is quite clear there. Now at the back you see the apple tree. It's one I grafted myself. I've lost what variety that I grafted, so that was not a good thing on my part, but there we go. And you can see the clematis at the back there. The bees love that. And also, not to mention the fact that it does quite well there. It's quite warm up there. It's southeast facing, so the fence does get warm. And even though it's generally advised that you do not grow clematis in a dark plastic pot because they like their roots to be kept cool, and of course dark will attract the heat. Generally advised if you're going to grow a clematis, you grow one in a wooden pot, but does quite well in that one nonetheless. So there we go. So pots wise, you can see what I've got on the right here. So varieties Desiree and King Edward, and of course I've got pots all along the back there, you see, and of course if I want to grow different things up the fence or whatever, I can move them. So here we are into the the polytunnel, which is looking quite green at the moment. I'll show you what vegetables at a later date I'm going to be planting out. So the pumpkins, look, I've got two of those have germinated nicely. Looks like I've got two here on the way. Now, what's this? Oh yes, cucumbers market more. Wouldn't want to be without those in a vegetable garden. And here we have the sweet corn. That can go in there as well. So I may even consider, with regards to the sweet corn, growing runner beans up it, like a real sort of food forest, 2 or 3 tier form of gardening. And I've got some tender green dwarf beans here. I've got loads more of them that I've set. And some runner beans, so I've got varieties Butler, which is a red flowered one, and I've also got runner beans, that's a dwarf bean, excuse me. Yes, runner bean Moonlight, which is a white flowering variety. So quite exciting to have, a combination of red and white flowering runner beans, because if you put them both up the same cane, they can look quite ornamental. So the aubergine eggplant looking very, very good here, and the pepper variety Onavec, got 2 of those looking good. I've got to get these geraniums out soon. They're starting to look a bit pale, but all in good time. And down here I have courgette variety zucchini and sun gold tomatoes. So the other potatoes here, the variety Swift, they are looking really, really good. Now, funnily enough, I was talking to somebody earlier, and this person informed me that they grow Swift yearly, and he told me that he managed to get them to crop in 11 weeks, which is about right, really, for, a first early potato. But I'm hoping, as I have read, that these Swift new potatoes will be ready in 7 to 8 weeks from when I planted them. So here in the polytunnel with a microclimate, and it certainly, with the warm weather, has been quite warm in here, could be quite nice to get some lovely early potatoes. Now the raised bed is coming on very, very well. You can see that the King Edwards are coming up there. They are a main crop potato. And looking here, you can see that the spinach and the kale, I can probably afford to take these covers off soon because they're growing quite well under them. In this kale, look, that's really has grown. So I'll probably take this off tomorrow and maybe cover it with something else, but certainly done its job to protect from birds. There we go, people, there's today's video, and hope you enjoyed it. You can always check me out on Dan_Home Gardens on Instagram if you're interested, and if you like my work, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. See you next time.